what do you think's been your sort of biggest learning as a leader over the years?
So we've talked about it a lot today. Invest in relationships. And, you know, if I look back on when things have gone really well and when things haven't, it's probably been the strength of relationships that I've had. Because it just gives you so much now, and that can be upward relationships. So my relationship with my group counterparts, to make sure that they don't sit with this helicopter view of the business, but they sit in the reality of my world. So therefore they understand the decisions with context. You've then got your sideways relationship with your peers. I'm quite challenging by nature, but I've learned to do it in the right way. And actually you can challenge more effectively if you've got a strong relationship with someone else. And by having that strong relationships, understand their motives, understand what drives them, understand what their values and their principles are. Because actually that ability to challenge, we're all different individuals and we all take, you know, we'll all have a different point of view, and you're not going to be able to get every decision over the line because the figures tell you that. That's just not human nature. And actually, if you're talking to a marketing team, they don't care about facts and figures anyway. It's just, you know, well, my gut's telling me this is a great innovation for a brand. So you have to find different ways, but that strength of relationship, because it builds trust, it builds all the things we talked about, builds credibility. And it allows you to have an open debate without defensiveness, because without a relationship, people take it personally. Oh, you're saying, you know, and it's not. It's because actually we need to work together to do the right thing for the business. So I think the biggest thing for me is invest in them. And certainly, you know, we've talked about it, mentoring and team. That relationship with your team, they are why we look good. It's the team. You know, because we're not all one women superpowers. We have really good teams behind us. So investing in the relationship so that actually they feel valued, that actually you're on the same page, that they feel trusted, actually is good for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess, Maria, similar question for you, really. What's been the biggest hurdle for you on your journey to CFO?
So I think to me it's just like, you know, knowing my own, as my story I told earlier, knowing my own boundary for like when I want to progress and when I want to, you know, prioritize my life sort of outside of work, and just being really clear that, you know, I don't need to have a straight journey that goes like, you know, and I'm going to be the CFO in, you know, 10 years time. It's going to be side steps, and in a way that's like what got me to where I am today, because I have that breadth of experience from before, having worked in many functions. I've taken a few side steps, and that's okay. So just knowing in your, you know, what's right for you at that point in time, to me is really crucial. And I think that's been my sort of biggest learning, that, you know, I think I set out as I used to be a hurdler sprinter. So it's very much, you know, you go from start to finish and that's the race. And that's very much, I think, how, you know, I expected it to be. And looking back now, it's not at all always. You go sideways and step sideways, and that's okay. And I think just being confident in yourself and knowing that that's okay, to me is, you know, my biggest sort of learning.